Hello everyone, and welcome to our video for the lounge. In today's video, we're going to be going over everything that you need to know about working a shift at the lounge for any of our awesome local and regional comedians, musicians, magicians, artists, and more. Let's get started. The key to the Music Hall Lounge is this: first-class service. At the lounge, our goal is to provide first-class service to every person that walks through our doors. We want people to feel welcome and comfortable in all of our spaces, and we want the lounge to feel like a patron's favorite spot where everyone knows their name. Here are our expectations. Speedy service with a smile. When people are coming in and getting seated, we want to express speedy service with a smile. We want to greet them at the door, get them through the line to get their tickets scanned, and get them to their seats as quickly as possible while answering any questions that they may have. When you're seating, try to go through the flow of conversation by explaining our QR codes and letting them know where they can find the bathroom and where to stow their coat. Coat hooks are located at the top of the staircase which goes down to the bathroom. The bathroom will be the second entrance on their left. A knowledgeable and friendly staff. If somebody asks you something that you don't know the answer to, please feel free to ask the appropriate person. If they have a question about the menu, direct a server to them. Or if they have a question about going backstage or an emergency concern, please send a house manager over to speak with them. We want all of our patrons to feel cared for and seen. If anyone needs something, please do your best to accommodate them if the request is reasonable. Cleanliness. When we talk about cleanliness, we mean the cleanliness of our staff, volunteers, and our spaces. For staff, we encourage frequent hand washing, especially if they're handling food, and ask that they come to work showered with clean clothes. The same goes for our volunteers. For the cleanliness of our spaces at the lounge, we ask that you please stay through the duration of your shift to be able to assist in the cleaning up of the venue. Bussing empty glasses and dishware, wiping down tables and countertops, resetting chairs, and sweeping the floor if needed. If you notice something is unclean or messy before a show, please take initiative to clean it up. For example, if somebody missed a glass at a table or if a table has crumbs or fluid on it. Extra dish rags are located behind the bar, and you can ask a bartender for spray or anything else needed to help clean up the mess. Note: volunteers will never be asked to clean up any hazardous messes, such as bodily fluids, vomit, broken glasses or dishware, or any other mess deemed hazardous by the house manager on duty. If you see a hazardous mess, please inform a server or house manager. Phones. Other than our ticket scanning phones, volunteers should not be on their phones while working a show at any of our venues. This includes texting, talking, reading, videoing, taking photos, or scrolling through social media. You're welcome to use your phones before patrons come into the building, but once the first patron arrives, we ask that you put it away until the end of the show unless there's an emergency. Our food and drink policy. Where our volunteers are welcome to a free popcorn while working at our historic theater, you may only be given food at the lounge at the discretion of a house manager. This is to help promote a clean and professional atmosphere and manage our cost of sales. You are able to order beverages at the bar for free. We have coffee, water, juice, or soda, and you're welcome to have them before the end of the show or while the show is going on. As is true with all of our venues, there is absolutely no consumption of alcohol while you are working a show. It violates both our company policy and our liquor license. If you are caught drinking at any show that you are working as a volunteer, you may be sent home and you may not be asked to return. Job positions at the lounge. Greeter. Greeters at the lounge are the first face our patrons will see. When the weather is nice, we ask that you stand outside to greet our patrons and get the door for them. Welcome them to the lounge and try to answer any questions they may have, such as where to pick up their will call tickets or where their seats are located. In the winter or when it's raining or cold, please stand inside the box office vestibule and help guests by opening the door and welcoming them to the lounge. Ticket takers. Ticket taking is the same at the lounge as it is at the hall. Please remember that first-class service is key. Be polite and courteous and try to answer any questions a patron may have. If you need help, please feel free to ask a house manager or another volunteer for assistance. For a full tutorial on ticket taking, please click the link in the description below. Traffic directors. Traffic directors at the lounge are meant to stand in the back of the room and direct patrons to the bathroom, coat hooks, as well as help them find their seats if they stood up and can't get back. You're meant to be a beacon of information, so keep an ear out during the volunteer meeting for anything that you may need to know, such as a number of tickets sold, the runtime of the show, or any special policies around photos and videos. As the traffic director, be cautious not to get in the way of bar staff as they go by with drinks and food. If a customer has a question and you need to hear them better, you can have them step further down the hall, where it is slightly quieter. Table ushers. Our table ushers are meant to act as hosts and hostesses for our guests. Greet them warmly and walk them to their seat while explaining the QR codes and let them know that a server will be with them shortly. Please answer any questions that they may have, such as the location of the bathrooms or where they can hang their coats. For table ushers, there is some important information that you should know. 1. Our VIP sections have numbered tables, where our standard seats have lettered tables. If their ticket has a number 1 through 7 for their table number, they will be located in the raised section in the back of the room. If they have table number 30, then they are sitting at the fireplace. 2. The chairs around each table are numbered. If they are sitting at table A, seat 1, then locate them in the seat that you feel is closest to the door. At the 4 top tables, our seats are numbered clockwise, starting with the chair closest to the door. If a patron has an issue with where they're seated, i.e. the table is not where they expected or the seat is not oriented the way that they thought, please apologize for the inconvenience and let them know that you'll send a house manager right away to resolve the issue. Then get a house manager immediately to assist. 3. Around the bar, the seats are numbered starting with the lower section toward the stage, next to table B. So, if a patron has a ticket that says it's the 7th seat at the bar, this will be 7 seats away from that first chair in that corner. 4. And lastly, the community table is comprised of both tables Y and Z. Though they are technically 2 different tables, all 12 chairs at the community table are counted 1 through 12, not 1 through 6 and 1 through 6 for Y and Z respectively. Start counting with the chair closest to both the entrance and the window and count down that whole side. Y1, Y2, Y3, Z4, Z5, Z6, then up the other side, Z7, Z8, Z9, Y10, Y11, Y12. If you need a seating map, there's one located in the wall in the short hallway behind the bar, or there are paper copies in the kitchen in the center drawer of the hutch. If you cannot find a seating map and you would like one to carry with you, please ask a house manager. In the case of an emergency requiring evacuation, your job as a volunteer is to leave at the nearest exit, directing patrons to follow. For all other emergencies, please find a house manager. Our evacuation locations for the lounge are in front of Jimmy's Jazz Club if you're exiting out the front door, or in the parking lot behind the building if you are exiting out the back door. For full information on emergency protocols, please click the link in the description for our emergency procedures video. Lounge frequently asked questions. Where can I sit? As part of our first class service, we kindly ask that you do not sit in front of patrons who have paid for the show in any of our venues. This means that at the lounge, you are welcome to use tables X or W if they have not been sold, as well as table Z at the community table. Other seating options. If the merch area is not in use, you may use the 2 chairs there. Or, if we have no sponsors, VIPs, or staff sitting at table V against the sound booth, you are welcome to it. Where can I store my things? We generally tell people to store their personal items in the conference room. This is the last door on the left past the kitchen and bathrooms. People do come and go from this room, and the music hall cannot be held responsible for any lost or stolen items, so please try to bring only what you need to the venue. Coats can be stored here or on the coat hooks near the elevator. Is there anything else I should know? Everything else you need to know about volunteering can be found in our handy dandy handbook. If you had not had a chance to look through it, it is linked in the description below. There are also other training videos available on our YouTube page that go over everything from ushering to code of conduct that will be really helpful throughout your volunteer experience at the music hall. As always, if you have any questions, please don't hesitate to reach out to the front of house team directly, or ask a manager on duty during a show. If you need a transcript of this video for ease of reference, it is located in the description below. Thank you all for watching today's video, and we look forward to seeing you soon.